Hey everybody, Marcus C. Williams here, and I had a couple of quick questions for my Democrat friends and anybody that lives in Rochester. First question is, did you know that if you're Democrat, you don't have to vote for a Democrat in the November 4th election? That's right, you can vote for anybody in any party and any other line that you want to vote for. And I'd encourage you to vote for me, Marcus C. Williams. I'll be on the conservative line, and no matter what party you are, Democrat, Independent, Working Family, Republican, whatever, you can vote for me without even changing your party. That's my first question. And also, share this video because we want other people to actually hear and answer this other question, and I'm going to look at the comments and do my best to respond to all of them. So, second thing is, Rochester is all Democrat run. So for 60 years, the city of Rochester has been only run by Democrats. Every mayor, every city council, every school board, every person in city court judge. All Democrats. The Democrat Party owns every office. So for 60 years, there's been nobody from any other party in there. It's one of the reasons why I'm running, but we need to restore some sort of a balance there, right? Because one party rule, well, here we are. And everything that we're experiencing right now is due to policy and legislation. Let's run through it. The issues with crime. Crime is crazy, drugs are crazy, and where crime and drugs are worst? In black communities, in underserved communities, in Latino communities. Well, but wait a second, didn't Democrats say that they care about the working class and those in poverty? Didn't they say that they care about black people and Black Lives Matter? Didn't they say they care about Hispanic people and Latinos? Didn't they say that? But for some reason, there seems to be this plea from the people for help, for assistance when it comes to these issues. But the Democrats promise help that never comes. Well, it boils down to the legislation and the policy in relation to those issues, which is all controlled by Democrats. And then you've got the education system, which for 60 years has been on a downturn. And now we have the second most highest spending in the nation per student, and we've got the second lowest proficiency rate. Can you make that make sense to me? The lowest proficiency rate in New York State. Well, clearly it's due to policies and legislation, right? And that steals the future away from our children as well as opportunities. And it's just terrible for everyone all the way around because that feeds into crime, that feeds into issues with the economy, everything. Then we talk about the economy. Well, where are the jobs that were promised? Pretty much everybody that I went to high school with is gone. You know, everybody I've known all my life, they're all gone. Everybody's left. So as soon as they could, they left because they wanted better opportunities. And here we should be focusing on small businesses and entrepreneurship to build up from within. But that's not something that's focused on. Why not? And we're not able to bring any real big businesses here because we don't have a tooled populace that are trained and ready for these type of jobs that are coming, right? You get some big companies and they hire people from all across the country. They don't even hire Rochesterians, really. That's a whole nother issue. Why aren't we focusing on building local and fixing the school system and focusing on entrepreneurship and small businesses? I'll tell you why. Policy and legislation. And it's all controlled by the Democrats for 60 years. So there's no one else to say, oh, well, it's the Republicans or, oh, it's the conservatives. You can't say that. It's only been Democrats. And you look at the housing issue, they're building housing $500,000 a unit. A unit in those big ticky-tacky, crazy-looking buildings that they're building all over the city. Hundreds of millions of dollars in this year. To build these little apartments, $500,000 a piece. Can you make that make sense to me? You can buy 5 homes and pay taxes for some time on those with that money. But you're talking about you're going to build $500,000 unit and then rent it out and call it affordable housing when all that money is taxpayer money? Somebody make it make sense to me. Again, poor priorities, poor policy, and horrible legislation. Now, when it comes to these things, we have to recognize something. People go out and vote and they don't see anything change, and now they're devoid of hope or they're completely apathetic. They don't even want to vote because they don't feel like anything will change. Well, I'll tell you this. I want to restore your hope in our city. I want to restore your hope in a brighter future for us. And I want to restore our city as a whole because you matter to me. And it's clear that neither you nor me matter to City Council. We deserve better. But when you vote and it's only one party, no matter whose name is on that office, the Democrats, the whole Democrat Party still runs that party. They run the party, they run the office, and it doesn't matter what you want or what they say they're going to do, they're not going to do anything different than the party. And we've seen that over and over again. They care about themselves, they care about their benefactors, but you, me, the community, it's like later for us. And that's not okay for me. That's why I'm fighting hard to restore the focus on community first issues. So my question to you is, do you think that it's about time that we get a new voice in City Council, on City Council, that's not going to go for the same old, that's not going to go for the status quo, that's actually going to stand up for our community and for our citizens? Do you think it's time for that? I do. So I'd encourage you, if you want to see better for our future, if you want to help restore our opportunities and restore our city and return to focus on community first issues, please go to my website. You can donate. You don't even have to be local to donate. And you can volunteer and definitely share out this video. And my website is Marcus4Rochester.com. It's Marcus4Rochester.com. Because together we can really make real change and restore not just hope, but also opportunities for a brighter future for ourselves, for the children, for the youth, for everyone. All right, I'll catch you guys later. Remember, stand up, speak up, and don't shut up. Take action. Be blessed and be well.